All right, guys, this is going to be a complete breakdown of every beach area visit since 2018, which is the first year of the beach area visit. So this will cover all of those trips, plus any other beaches that we went to during that time period. So from 2018 to today, August 4th, 2025, we're going to cover all the beach area visits, the dates, and then the food pickups, and then the who made the picks on those food pickups, and then who won Ocean One for all the marbles, and a complete statistics on all of that for you. So this is going to be more about you guys than it is about me. So let's talk about it. The first year is going to be an easy one, 2018, and the first one was on the 27th of August. There was a big group, and there was a huge feast on the big picnic grass area there. So that was the eating part, but there was no food pickup. On the way back, I went with people and it was in like a little minivan. So there was no pickup, and I don't remember getting anything that night either. So maybe just something at home. The next one was October the 4th. This was the one where I had to make use of like the last hot day of the year and then rush home for tutoring. There was no pickup on the way home, and I have no evidence of picking up anything on the way home from tutoring. So we have the two visits, nothing here for the food, no picks, no people. When I say pick, I mean the person who picked the food. All right, so let's go to the next year. All right, so this is 2019, and if you're keeping score, 2018, we had 2 trips, so we're going to tally them all up at the end. So 2 for 2018, 2 for 2019. And 2019 did not get there until the 23rd of September, a very hot day. We had an Antonio's Pizza pickup, that's the P. Antonio's Pizza pickup, and the pick was EMG, who said the night before made the pick to do Antonio's. Now this is all going to be, there's going to be a stretch before we ever did one for all the marbles. And so if someone made a pick, that means I asked them through the message. I just messaged someone randomly, most likely. Maybe gave them a question the night before or something, but the pick was EMG. The second one was on the 2nd of October. I think this is probably my top beach trip of all time during this era, from 2018 to now. This was the unusually like almost 100-degree hot day in early October. This is someone's birthday too. I think this is like near Andy's birthday, near Mr. Met's birthday, so that makes it special. Mafe, the Colombian, meeting her, the one from Chesterfield. I got pictures of her on the thing. And then the first ever Milton's trip. Plus the beach trips were still very, very novel. So this was the Milton's Pizza, and it was picked by Peters himself. All right, so that's your 2 for 2019. Well, let's go to the next year, 2020. Right, so 2020, we had 10 total trips, and if you look at, again, a kind of a late start, we had the COVID year, there was like a shutdown in May, so couldn't go at all then. Then finally went on the 10th of August that year. The pickup that day was Antonio's Pizza. Again, the pick was by Andy. And then the 27th of August, that was a very late stay at the beach area. This one was back to Milton's Pizza. For Milton's Pizza, this was picked by Peters. The 12th of September, we had Antonio's Pizza again. This one picked by Mr. Met. Now this one here marked the beginning of using you guys' names as for the pickup name at the restaurant. And if you watch the videos from here on down, especially in 2020, I'm having a real good time with it and I'm really enjoying it. You'll hear me say on this one, yep, pickup for King, because he was going by the name King of Beers. And on the next one, we had the 23rd, we had the 23rd of September, Milton's Pizza, again, 4 straight pizzas. And this one was when I asked A Boulay where I should go to. He picked Milton's. He said, in honor of John Milton, the poet. So on the so that's what we did, and it was John Milton. So it's pick up for Abe, and this is all on video. The next one was the 1st of October, Andy's birthday. Should have let him pick it, but it was a Peter's pick, and it was Antonio's cheesesteak for the first time. The cheesesteak for Antonio's proved to be very good. The next one was the 15th of October. It was Milton's Pizza again, and it was Jordan with the pick there. Pick up for Jordan. The next one was Antonio's on the 22nd of October. This was pick up for Manny. DNR picked this one. Back to the cheesesteak at Antonio's. The 10th of November. Pick up for John. I say on the video, John makes the pick. It was Antonio's Pizza. Look at all the Antonio's, guys. On the 20th of November, this is a couple of important things here. First, this was the closest we've ever been to Thanksgiving at the beach area. Second, it was our first ever Maria's visit. So Maria's, and we got the pizza, and it was A Boulay picking that one. Another pickup for Abe. Closed out the year in 2020 with I think this is the latest we've ever been to the beach area, the 11th of December, and it was Antonio's cheesesteak. This one picked by A Boulay. So this was a pickup for Dave, which is what we call him sometimes. Pickup for Dave. So that's our 10 visits for 2020. And then if you look at the total stats for that year, Antonio's dominated with 6 visits. And then Milton's with a solid 3, Maria's with the 1. The picks, the totals for the picks, A Boulay had 3 picks, Peters had 2 picks, and then the rest of these with just 1 pick. All right, 2021 is going to be, we're going to have more visits, and we're going to have the introduction of Ocean One for all the marbles. Are you ready? All right, boys, let's get to 2021. 18 total trips. Our earliest trip ever to date was the April 27th trip, and this was a weird one. This was like no pickup, came home, and then went to Penn Station for an Italian sub. That was the night Mr. Met said, "Let's see what you're eating." And I'm doing a video of him saying that and the Italian sub from Penn Station. So that was a weird one. Now we have the introduction of Ocean One for all the marbles. It doesn't come until later, but there's nothing until the end of August for the Ocean One for all the marbles. But the person who made the pick for this was unknown. I don't know if I asked someone or if I decided myself. So it just goes into unknown. Star Wars Day, on May the 4th, we did Tops China, first time ever. That was a weird one. I had to stand outside and like pay them because they were like really still like in the COVID thing, and they handed it through the door. It was really weird. So Tops China, that was a pretty good one. That was a That was a roast pork. This one is also unknown. Okay, so I don't know who picked it. We go to June the 7th. It was Panda Garden, first ever Panda Garden pick. Turned to be really good, and it's definitely not the last one. This was a chicken shrimp combo. I forgot all about that. Try that again. Unknown. Forgot who did this one. So 3 unknowns to start the year. All right, we had another first on the 14th on Flag Day, 14th of June here. Julio's first ever, Julio's Mexican pickup. And this one, the pick was by Al Baby, my longtime friend from Mechanicsville, Virginia, making her pick. And then this one is the 20th of June. This was Swansboro, North Carolina. This was Pizza Forno. I've got videos of this. It's a really nice little place. It's not in Richmond, Virginia. This pick was made by Peter's Border. We were trying to go to like a nice fancy place, and it was all full. It was like an hour late. A bunch of kids. Border decided, let's just get Pizza Forno. All right, a good pick. 6th of July, George W. Bush's birthday. And Rocky and Stallone, Fred Drotter. Panda Garden, back to Panda Garden. This one was picked by Mr. Met, and this one, Mr. Met said, good night for shrimp. And so we got the shrimp Mayfoon, very good pick. All right, so let's see, what happened after this? Well, what happened after this is I forgot one. I absolutely forgot one, guys. Okay, put it right here. Another one of our picks, 6:30. I did not add. This one was also Panda Garden. Yeah, also Panda Garden. This was a Major Mal pick. Okay. Don't forget this one. All right, he picked the Singapore combo. That's a really good one. All right, let's move along. Big gap here. This is the 21st of August. This is First Landing Beach. Now this one was a DQ run. This is somewhere in like Wakefield, Virginia. This was a General Peters pick with Vietnam lady friend. This was really good. It was like a chicken tenders basket. It's the first ever DQ pick in a strange part of Virginia on the way back. All right, next one was here, the 24th of August. This was another great Maria's Pizza pick. And this will go down in history. The 24th of August, 2021 was Mr. Matt wins the first ever Ocean One for All the Marbles. And the first pick ever for that, Maria's Pizza. This just means he made the pick too. Maria's Pizza again. Mr. Matt picks it back-to-back weeks. Incredible. We have Panda Garden here on the 14th of September. John wins Ocean One for All the Marbles, picks Panda Garden. The next week, Major Mal wins his first Ocean One for All the Marbles, makes his second pick of the year, takes Antonio's Pizza. Next one was the 4th of October. Antonio's Cheesesteak was the picked by Andy 8010 on his birthday. The birthday boy wins Ocean One for All the Marbles, first career, picks Antonio's. Damn. All right, so I forgot this one. The 28th, Milton's Pizza. Cannot forget this. Ocean One for All the Marbles, won by Honor Girl. All right, just a few ones. The next one was the Andy's birthday, picking Antonio. It's very fitting. All right, and then Franco's was on the 14th. There was no Ocean One for All the Marbles, and it's unknown who picked it because Franco's is in Richmond. Don't remember what happened. I have no evidence of anyone picking that, but Franco's later that night. It'll be Thursday pizza special. All right, Antonio's cheesesteak right here on the 20th. Johnny wins Ocean One for All the Marbles, picks Antonio's cheesesteak. It's a great pick. All right, the next one is the 24th of October. This is our only Sunday visit to the beach area, and this one, I did not like this pick. This was the one I went to did the beach trip with Vietnam girl. She wanted to go to Pho Tang Phat 2 all the way back in Richmond, and so we did it. All right, so that was this one. Two more, the 9th of November, and we did Julio's. It was the Cobra winning Ocean One for All the Marbles, but he did not make a pick. FJRS made the pick. Okay, so he was the one who made the pick for Julio's. All right, so that's why you see a little difference here. All right, if you miss your pick, you miss career stats. That's how it goes. Last one was the 6th of December, Christmas visit, and it was Maria's Pizza as Shock redeems himself, wins knee deep One for All the Marbles. No head dunk on December the 6th, and he picks Maria's Pizza, a great pick, close out 2021. And just to save time, let's do for 2021. The leader was Panda Garden with 4, the Maria's with 3, these two with 2, and then the One for All the Marbles. First year One for All the Marbles, it was a 3-way tie between John, Mr. Met, and the Cobra. All right, let's go to 2022. All right, so 2022 saw further expansion in our picks. The first few years, it was mostly like Antonio's, Milton's, Maria's. That was pretty much it. 2021, we expanded a little bit more with like Chinese food and DQ and stuff like that. 2022, we branched out even more and had a more wide variety. 20th of May was the first trip, and it was Julio's Ocean One for All the Marbles, won by Mr. Met. He made the pick. It's all uniform. So the Ocean One for All the Marbles winners in 2022, we had Ocean One for All the Marbles every trip, and the winner all got their pick in. So it's nice and uniform in 2022. Big gap here. Missed out in June completely and went back on the 1st of July. Homemade Pizza was the pick, and it was made by Shock, who won Ocean One for All the Marbles. All right, then we had the Subway pick on the 21st, and this was the first ever Subway pick, and this was, I think, the roast beef footlong, and there was the Kneeling Princess winning that one. And on the 9th of August, the Cobra wins again Ocean One for All the Marbles. It picks our first ever Wendy's pick. That was the Baconator. It was the Baconator. Yep. All right. In case you're wondering here, this was green peppers and pepperoni, also picked by the Cobra. All right, next one was the 24th, and it was Homemade Pizza again. This one with A. Boulay winning the Ocean One for All the Marbles, and he picked pizza. He picked onion pepperoni for the toppings. All right, and then we did on the last day of August. We went to the now defunct Yummy Tummy, which is the Salvadorian place for the pupusas. It was the first ever visit. John picked it after winning One for All the Marbles. This is now Giordo's Pizza. Okay, so this was only around in 2022. On the 9th, Kneeling Princess picks it again. We got pupusas again. It's a very good place. All right, that will be the final Yummy Tummy visit before it turned into Giordo's Pizza, subs, and more. All right, just 4 days later, right here, Antonio's Cheesesteak, picked by Coach Nelly, winning his first ever Ocean One for All the Marbles. We had another first ever winner of Ocean One for All the Marbles on the 21st of September with Bulls 224, and he picked Borthers, so our first ever Borthers run. Now, it was pizza, and it was a great pick. Now, on August 30th, or 31st, 2021, this was picked. I didn't mention this in the previous part. This was picked by Mr. Met, but it was like closed that day. That day was the final rodeo with the 2003 Mustang, and then I got back to Mr. Met and asked him for an alternate choice, and he picked Maria's, all right, on that day. So Borthers' first ever pick and first ever win for Bolts. 26th of September, another homemade pizza pick and another win, Ocean One for All the Marbles by Nailing Princess. It was another lady winning the next time on the 7th of October. Tiggy winning and picking Milton's Pizza. Duck wins, I think this is his first Ocean One for All the Marbles. Here on the Ides of October, he picks homemade pizza. Again, our first Maria's visit of 2022 came on the 5th of November when Bolts won Ocean One for All the Marbles. His second of the year, they picked Maria's. It was then the 10th of November. That was a legendary. Now this was the legendary head dunk. This one, homemade tacos. John picks it, and then our last trip was the legendary head dunk with the people watching and cheering. And this was after Shockinator won Ocean One for All the Marbles. Picks Milton's Pizza. Great way to close out 2022, and then nice and spread out for the food picks, but homemade pizza that year came out on top of 4. Yummy Tummy and Milton's tied for second place with 2 apiece, and then we had a 2-way tie at the top of the leaderboard for Ocean One for All the Marbles. Shockinator winning 3, Nailing Princess winning 3, and then we had Bolts and John with 2. Let's go to 2023. This one is pretty enormous. Get ready. All right, this is pretty ridiculous. 2023 was insane. 25 total picks. Let's do the first like 15. All right, earliest beach visit to date, the 13th of April. We actually did an Ocean One for All the Marbles that day. It was freezing. Antonio's Pizza was the pick as the Cobra wins it. The Cobra goes back to back later in April here, and he picked Panda Garden, which was closed on a Tuesday, and then I got back with him, and he ended up saying to go to Wong's, Mr. Wong's in Richmond, so that was a bummer. All right, next one was here. Andy wins Peel Ain't Shrimp, one of the worst picks of all time. It was from Food Lion. It was just one of the weakest picks ever. Not Andy's most clutch moment. Later that month, there was a Cobra again winning Ocean One for All the Marbles. He was in dominant mode at this point. He picks Panda Garden. Cobra wins again on the 2nd of June. He picks Jordo's Pizza. This is the first Jordan's Pizza visit of all time, and it just opened that year. It would not be the last. All right, Nailing in a span of 4 days goes back to back. Ocean One for All the Marbles. The first time she picks Panda Garden, then she picks Julio's Mexican. End of June, Andy 8010. It's his second win of the year in Ocean One for All the Marbles, and he goes with Jordo's. It was picking up steam. And then it was the Cobra again winning here on the 6th of July, and he picks Julio's. Then Mr. Met picks up a win here, picks Antonio's Lasagna first ever. Now that was excellent. I think it's the only Antonio's Lasagna pick ever, and it's excellent. All right, first ever pick here. Andy wins on the 27th of July, picks FTH Pizza in Williamsburg. That was a great one. That was not a great pizza, but it was a great video, a great pickup. JHL on the 11th of August wins his first Ocean One for All the Marbles. He picks Borthers Pizza. Great pick there. All right. And then this one also pizza. Okay. So it was back to Jordo's a week later. So Andy wins and picks Jordo's. And then a week later, S. Silver wins Ocean One for all the marbles. He passes his pick, so he loses the stat of the pick. Darth picks it. Darth picks Julio's. All right, 4 days later, it was S. Southern winning her first ever and picking Maria's lasagna, which was pretty much as good as Antonio's lasagna. We were not done. Let's go to September of 2023 and then look at the total stats for that year. All right, let's close out 2023, September 7th. Andy wins it and picks Antonio's Pizza. Then, 5 days later, EMG wins his only Ocean One for all the marbles, I believe. He picks Milton's. KC Chiefs on the 20th wins his first Ocean One for all the marbles and makes a great pick with Jordo's Calzone. Jordo's and then Candy O. Anyone remember her on Andy's birthday? I think it's like the third Andy's birthday where we went to Antonio's. Candy O wins, picks fittingly Antonio's Pizza on Andy's birthday. On the 12th of October, Andy wins again, picks Milton's. Katie Toys wins her only Ocean One for all the marbles. On the 19th, picks, this was the worst pick of all time, the Maria's Burger. Bacon burger. It was terrible. It was pretty much as bad, maybe worse than the peel and eat shrimp. 27th, Darth wins his only Ocean One for all the marbles, picks Milton's cheesesteak. Incredible with the Fritos chili cheese Fritos. Incredible pick. Bang, great pick by Darth. The 9th of November was the Tops China pick by KC Chiefs, winning his second one. And then KC Chiefs winning back-to-back. He picks Panda Garden on this ill-advised trip, the last head dunk of the year. It was miserable. I think I got a cold after that for doing that. But Panda Garden. And then closed out the year, this memorable trip here. Really cold day. Mr. Met wins the knee-deep Ocean One for all the marbles. Picks Jordo's Pizza. Jordo's, the first year of Jordan's, it was very popular, and it was in tie for the lead with 4 picks. Julio's with 4 picks, Antonio's with 4 picks, and these two with 3. Ocean One for all the marbles that year. Tied again at the top of the leaderboard. Andy and Shawkinator with 5, and KC Chiefs with 3, and a handful of others with 2. Let's go to 2024. All right, 17 trips in 2024. Andy wins on the 18th of April, Panda Garden. John wins on the 30th of April, Maria's Lasagna. Great pick. Teddy wins on the 8th on Rick Nelson's birthday, picks Julio's. The Cobra wins right here, picks Panda Garden. Andy 8010 wins here, picks Jordo's Pizza. Duck wins his second Ocean One for all the marbles. Here on the 14th, picks Homemade Tacos. On the 21st, Shaw wins Ocean One for all the marbles. Picks Bordler's Pizza. The rest is history. Did not get a pizza that night. I ate some cereal late that night. There's a whole video on that. All right, Aboulet wins a huge gap here because of what happened. The 1st of August. Aboulet wins, picks Tops China. He picked the Kung Pao, and I didn't like the looks of it, but I really like this. It was a nice bold pick. This was really good. Tops China. It was back to Wendy's here. Andy wins. Picks Wendy's. Andy wins here on the 28th of August. First ever Prima Pizza pick. Andy wins on 9/11 and picks DQ Chicken Tenders Basket in honor of his grandmother. And then Teddy winning on the 20th of September, picks Julio's. I'm So For Topless picks Milton's Pizza on the 3rd. Whose birthday is the 3rd? Someone. Mr. Met's son. All right, on the 12th, this is where Andy starts his big streak. So he wins, he gets the Jordo's Calzone, then he picks the Jordo's Pizza, and then on Halloween, there was no Ocean One for all the marbles. That was was the lady friend trip with on the Alliance, and I picked that one, Prima Pizza. The last day of Horror Fest, fun day. Andy on Veterans Day to close out the year wins Ocean One for all the marbles. We did a head dunk. Andy picks Panda Garden on that day. The shrimp mayfoon, close it out. Panda Garden and Julio's with 3 visits that year, and then Ocean One for all the marbles. Andy with a record 8, and then Chalk and Teddy tied with 2. So that record of 8 still stands today. Let's go to 2025. All right, 2025. So far we've had 9 trips beginning on the 18th of April. We had no Ocean One for all the marbles that day, no food pickup, no food later that night of note. All right, now remember, 29th, our first Ocean One for all the marbles, won by Andy. He picked Dairy Queen chicken tenders basket in memory of his grandmother. All right, this one on the 16th of May, our 1 May trip, Andy 8010 wins this one. This is the first time that a restaurant on the beach area was picked. Coastal Thirst, the new one, quesadilla. It was a downer because it was so tiny. It was really good, but it was just not enough. All right, next one was the 4th. Andy wins again, picks Giordo's Lasagna. First ever Giordo's Lasagna pick. Excellent. Andy wins here on the 12th of June, picks Panda Garden Chicken Mayfoon. Great pick. First ever Chicken Mayfoon pick. Broilers Pizza on the 25th to commemorate the year of the accident. Andy 8010 picks it. Great pick. Andy 8010 picks Panda Garden on the 8th of July. And then Julio's was the pick on the 24th when DNR Manny broke the streak, broke Andy's streak, picked Julio's. That was a great time. And then just a few days ago, on the 30th, we had the first Landing Beach visit. This one was no Ocean One for the marbles, a late night Chick-fil-A run. Picked Peter's calling the shot on that one. All right, and that's where we stand now. So far this year, Andy has 6. The record is 8. Can he break the record? So far, Panda Garden and Julio's tied at 2. It's time for the total stats of all time. Are you ready? All right, all-time visits. We've had 98 total visits. All right, so we're getting close to that 100. It's going to be a great one. All-time food stops. The leader, Antonio's, with 15. I can't believe it. Second place is Panda Garden with 12. Tied for third, Julio's and Milton's. And then we have tied for fourth, Maria's and Giordo's. And then we have a couple with 4, tied for fifth, Homemade Pizza and Dairy Queen with 4. Tops China has 3, Yummy Tummy, now defunct, Homemade Tacos, Wendy's and Prima all with 2. And the rest of these with 1, Wong's Pizza Forno, in Swansboro, Chick-fil-A, Peel and Eat Shrimp from Food Line, FTH from Williamsburg, and then Fotane Fat 1, Franco's 1, Subway 1, Penn Station 1, and I can't forget Coastal Thirst 1. All right, we're going to look at the Ocean One for all the marbles, all-time career leaders. The time permitting, we'll do the picks, which is kind of the same. Let's look at it. Here we go, guys. Ocean One for all the marbles. All right, and there it is. The all-time leaders. Ocean One for all the marbles. Right there, guys. Keep in mind, we had not done Ocean One for all the marbles, all the visits, all the 98 visits, but here we are. Andy got his 20th this year. Second place is the Cobra with 12. And then we have 3 here with 5, Mr. Met, Kneeling Princess, Johnny D. And we have 1 with 3, that's Casey Chiefs. We have buzzing with two career. That's Teddy Ballgame, a relay, Bolts 224. I'm so for topless. And Major Malfunction got 2. Darth got 2. And Duck got 2. And then we have these with 1 career. Ocean One for All the Marbles, Better Than Nothing, S Silver, Otter Girl. We got a bunch of women here. Otter Girl, Tiggy, Candy S Southern, and KB Toys. And we have EMG, Coach Nelly, FJRS, DNR, and JHL. A few that I'm very surprised have never won Ocean One for All the Marbles. I would say Seatown, Free Jackballs, Bear Scott, I'm even surprised like JG hasn't cashed one in. And don't forget Slicky. She was around, like 2021, 2022, never won one. So I'm really surprised at that. DPCX has never won. I'm forgetting, there should be someone else there that I'm not thinking of who's should have at least one by now. Let me know in the comments section. All 0 have yet to win. There's your all-time leaderboard right there. And finally here are the total food picks. Okay, so Andy has made 22 food picks. Shulk has won 12, 1 for all the marbles. He missed a pick, so it messes up his stats here. He only has 11 food picks. Peters with 7 picks. Met and John with 6. Abe and Neil with 5. 4 are unknown. KC 3, and then these have 2. Teddy, Bolts, Onsto 4, Major Mal, Darth Raider, Duck Meat, EMG, DNR Manny. Finally, the ones with 1 food pick apiece: Otter Girl, Tiggy, Candy O, SS Southern, Owl Baby, KB Toys, Coach Nelson, FJRS, Peters Borther, Vietnam Lady Friend, JHL, at Cat, and of course Jordo with 1 pick. Alright, so that's it for the stats. Hope this was informative. Hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, so that's to date all the info about all the beach trips, all the stops, the food stops, all the Ocean One for All the Marbles winners, and all the picks for food picks. Alright, coming up on the 100th, it's going to be big. Who's going to win the 100th visit, One for All the Marbles? What's going to be the 100th food pick? That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great night. Peace. And as always, God bless.